Hi everyone and welcome. Thank you for watching my channel. This is Nutrition with Mel. Today the question that we're going to talk about is, can diet affect our chance of getting dementia? Well, it sure can. First, let's look at research that shows how diet can help prevent dementia. The Mediterranean diet is probably the most well-studied diet in the world, and a meta-analysis found that a higher adherence to the Mediterranean diet was associated with a significantly lower risk of mild cognitive impairment and lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. The Mediterranean diet consists of fish, vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, with some good quality meat and dairy. And of course, olive oil. And shall I not forget red wine? These are both amazing sources of polyphenols, and I mean, who doesn't enjoy some beneficial plant compounds? Dietary fish in and of itself, due to the presence of omega-3 fatty acids, a very important anti-inflammatory fat found in its most bioavailable form in fish, has been shown to be associated with a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. A 2014 meta-analysis of 6 studies found that a 100-gram increase in weekly fish intake was associated with an 11% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. So now let's look at some research that can give us some insight into which foods, or food-like substances as I say, are associated with dementia. Well, probably not surprising, but sugar is a culprit. A study published in 2021 found that a higher intake of sugar-containing beverages was associated with a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Similarly, a 2021 study found that a diet high in sugar and foods that are high glycemic, which I'll go into in a second, was associated with greater amyloid plaque accumulation. This is a hallmark of brain inflammation and dementia. Which brings me to high glycemic foods. These are foods we eat that spike our blood sugar levels, and are most often foods that are from refined grains and sugars. Think white bread, crackers, bagels, croissants, sugar-sweetened beverages, candies, cakes. Even when we eat certain fruits on their own, it can spike our blood sugar quite high. Well, according to the 3 French cities study, those who ate afternoon snacks that were high glycemic were more likely to develop dementia later on. On the good side, one beverage to keep in mind, which may make some people happy, is tea. Tea consumption is associated with a lower risk of dementia. A recent meta-analysis, including 411,000 people in the UK, China, Finland, and Germany, found that compared to not drinking tea drinking was associated with a 29% lower risk of dementia, including a 12% and a 25% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia. This had a greater impact in people who had a more unhealthy lifestyle, such as smokers and those who don't really exercise, ApoE carriers, meaning those who have a genetic susceptibility to dementia, and older adults. I came across one study that found that consuming 6 or more cups of coffee a day was associated with a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. But honestly, if you're consuming that much coffee a day, you're likely doing other unhealthy habits, and it's also affecting your sleep majorly at that level, because we know that poor sleep has been shown to be associated with an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. Which isn't surprising, because sleep is when our brain's lymphatic system turns on, cleans and heals our brain, and disrupted sleep increases levels of that beta amyloid plaque that we find in the brains of Alzheimer's disease patients. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.